Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcoring Guys, making my guide for Transformers Devastation on Prime difficulty. Today we're doing Chapter 6 entitled Ferrotaxis. And this is, of course, the Sideswipe campaign. And this is the second time I'm recording this, but I have a different way. I have a different video editor that I'm going to play with, because the video editor I was using before did the same dumbass thing of just breaking everything anyway. So I think I might have a new method of video editing where I'll have to edit a video in Elgato, port it over to my quote-unquote, well, Photos, Legacy, whatever, video editor, and then just pop it in there. So I think from now on, Clipchamp, it's fucking terrible. Like, I know this is outside of the guide, but it is just fucking abysmal to work with, dude. It is horrid. Horrid. So anyway, sorry, I'm just very frustrated that, I have to keep going back and forth with, like, trying to get edits properly, trying to get videos to work, all that stuff. But disregarding that, this is probably the most platform-heavy section probably in the entire game, or at least one of the most platform-heavy levels, I think, give or take. Most platforms in this game are kind of optional, but actually, was this place even that platform-heavy? I might be thinking of something completely different. I have no idea. Anyway, so first mission, relatively simple. If you're lucky like I did, or I got right there, where the big kickback will just kind of, go away and stay away. You just take out the two small fries, easy enough, right? And then after that, of course, you just fight the big guy, take him out like you normally would take out, and other than that, yeah, this part's not too difficult. It's just a matter of, it just takes a while, that's all. Much like a lot of these fights on Prime mode kind of end up doing anyway, is they tend to kind of just take forever to do, I guess. So, there's that. And, eventually after a while, a bombshell is going to appear. But at this point in time, like, you've already fought these guys millions of times before, that I'm sure most likely people are probably relatively familiar with how to deal with them, and they're not much of a struggle. So, especially when they're just kind of on their own. But real quick, this chapter in particular is a chapter that has the second and last wheeljack protection mission, and it's just awful as well. It's one of the few things I will not defend in this game, and I will definitely say without a doubt that it's just not that fun. It's not that fun to do the wheeljack stuff at all. Escort missions, having to protect people missions, that type of stuff in gaming has just been, it was rotten in 7th gen, and now it's like, I don't know, it's just too old. Like, we don't need this shit anymore. I mean, this game was 2015, but still, it's just one of those things. I just don't care for it. So anyway, in this room's completely optional. You don't have to fight everybody in here if you don't want to. If you want credits, to level up your stuff, go right ahead. By the way, I should make mention, of course, I think I've mentioned this in the first ever guide, but everybody will have level 99, character stats and all that stuff, so that's why we're, that's why we're so high up in terms of that, or whatever. It shouldn't really affect you too much. It's just Prime difficulty, so I don't remember there being anything too crazy. The only upgrade you really need is the, not taking damage from Witch Time, or Perfect Dodge. Not even perfect dodge, but just like dodging, but getting it messed up, you won't take damage from it. That's one major upgrade I recommend. So, here we are, we're finally in the wheeljack protection area. And the first thing I would say is go for the shield guys, knock out a couple shields. And if you're like me, if you have ultimate ready, go ahead and just launch that toward the ground soldiers. Launch it toward anybody that's next to wheeljack. So, yeah, knock out a few of the shields. You don't have to kill the shield enemies, but just knock out their shields. And then after that, come back here and fight these guys, so that way you can make sure that, they don't go in for wheeljack and maybe accidentally hit them, or, well, purposely hit them, I should say. But you don't want any accidents to happen to wheeljack in this mission at all, because this fight is just horrid. The first actual phase of it itself is not too bad, because most of the time, a lot of the shield guys would be kind of away, and the ground soldiers, like the big ones themselves, would just be kind of, taking their sweet time to get there. They're still fast-ish, but, in all essence, they're still relatively taking their time to get to where they need to go. The Seekers are what is going to cause a lot of problems. Not even just the ones that are on screen right now. These guys right now, nah, not really. They're not that bad. It's more so like Phase 2 or Phase 3 when Seekers just come back big time. And especially Insecticons, oh my lord. So, building up Ultimate is your best key to this. You're going to want to use your Ultimate at least almost every phase, and save it especially for the ones that give you the most trouble. And I would also suggest, don't go for big guys. Go for like all the small fry first, and then after that, then focus on the big guys. Even if there happens to be like Seekers that are there, still kind of focus on the small guys. And when you get the opportunity to go kill a Seeker that's just in a, you know, at range distance here, go for them when you have the chance to do it. But don't try to make them a focus or anything like that. If worse comes to worse, you know, if they're near Wheeljack, then of course launch down an ultimate. If the Seekers themselves are too much trouble, then launch an ultimate toward them, especially if you're using, you know, Sideswipe's ultimate. Then you could just use that to just kind of shoot them out from a distance and what have you. Also, having the proper ranged weapon would be nice too, but I didn't have any really good ranged weapons on hand, so that's just kind of my fault. I kind of stuck with whatever I just put on and just went with it, so. It's how I play Transformers Devastation. There's not a lot of thought process besides just like one, maybe two things. Which is energy weapons, energon weapons, sorry, and of course, the loudspeaker itself. So after the first two phases, you're going to come over here and you're going to fight the giant arm thing, and this one's pretty easy. I don't think he does do damage to anybody or anything particularly, but still, I'd say try to be as fast as you can. Just in case, because I don't remember it ever breaking anything, to be fair. But, yeah, so this is where things are going to get a lot more difficult. Is now we have, you know, of course, small little bomb shells showing up. And, well, the red variants of them, I should say. And, of course, on top of that, we also have these Seekers that are just a pain in the ass because they're up on a higher platform. We'd have to jump up to get them. Sometimes, you know, you can clip through just fine, but still. But the Seekers themselves, they don't attack Wheeljack enough, or even fast enough to really be that worried about. But at the same time, they're still definitely something that you want to attack when you have the chance, because you won't get a lot of chances to do it, and just in the off chance that they might actually go and hit some shots in is definitely not something you want. But typically, my best advice is just, as weird as it might sound, if there's too many enemies and they're all just kind of like grouped up and they're all just getting a little too aggressive, then staying near Wheeljack's not a bad idea either, because at least then you can kind of get some of the aggro off of them and get it onto you. And see how there still was a Seeker left? Well, in this case, I didn't really pay no mind to him whatsoever. I just, you know, ended up coming over here, blowing up the arms, and just getting rid of them. Sorry, I had a big old yawn there for some reason. I don't know. I guess I'm just tired. Like, I've been up for a while this morning, you know, just doing stuff. I made sure I woke up at least at 7 in the morning, which is not bad, really. Yeah, it's not super early, but still. It's pretty early for some, I would say. Not as early as I wake up for work, though, but yeah. Regardless, you know, I woke up pretty early to get some of these things going. And, yeah, so next fight, Mission 3. This one's going to definitely test your patience, no doubt about it. If the Wheeljack one did not, this one definitely will, because having grouped up enemies near you and having, like, one of them just be a Seeker in the background, kickbacks, you know, just the constant aggressive nature of all the enemies here, it's going to be very obnoxious, especially with the cargo just constantly moving around. But the best advice, of course, is just like with any other piece of advice on this guide, is that mashing dodge is going to be a big help. Now, I hate having to say mash dodge, because I mean, it makes me sound like I'm pathetic, but it's not my fault the game lets you do that, and for the most part, get away with it, so, yeah. It also goes without saying, don't get, you know, kicked off, don't fall off. Focus on primarily probably like the kickbacks, and, you know, use the energon weapons to kind of go through them, and then also hit the small fry in the background. Because for this fight in particular, you're going to want to go for as many enemies at once as you possibly can, because these guys are going to be very, very obnoxious to deal with. And if there's already a ton of enemies, you get a dodge in and you do a combo and get that vehicle attack going, you're going to get quite a bit of bar back from it. As you can see right there, I already have bar once again. After just already using it, it's just insane. It's insane how much you get bar back. I'm so sorry. I'm just... Oh, God. It's already like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just tired as shit. I wouldn't say I had a long day, but I had a day. So, I went to... Just because... Like, there's nothing really to talk about here. Just keep hitting it a bunch. There you go. I only have like 2 days this week because I have to work, you know, on Sunday. So there's that, which I'm fine with. I need more. I need some more money, to be honest. So I have that going on. My week's kind of already cramped, and I went to go record Kakarot from my other channel, you know, Turd Monkey 1497, my main channel, technically main channel, the first main one ever made, and all that stuff. I went to go record more for that because we're in the Boo Saga, and I got bored, and I said, all right, that's it. I'm taking my break for this fucking channel, and when I come back, we'll finish Kakarot, because I meant to finish it this weekend, but Transformers kind of came and, you know, I wouldn't say ruined anything, but it definitely saved me. I could say that for sure. I was like, you know what? Yeah, at this point, yeah, if we're just going to come back and finish, you know, Kakarot later, then I might as well just, you know, finish this up and consider this my last Let's Play I was supposed to finish for, you know, the next few months. And then, yeah. Because that's the plan. I plan on coming back probably around the end of May. Not even around the end of May. I think probably the beginning of June. I probably should have said that because I have a vacation I'm taking on May 30th, and I'll be back, like the Monday. No, I'll be back on Sunday, but I'll probably end up... it's like a short vacation, you know, to a place that's like a few hours away, so... I know, it's not that crazy, but... Still. But yeah, I'll be back, I think, June 2nd or something like that. I forget what it was. Or... Well, I'll be back June 1st, but I think we'll be... Whatever. I'll be taking Thursday and Monday off. That's kind of the plan. But, yeah, for guide-wise and video-wise, you know, on both channels, I'll be gone for those few months. So, here's Sentry Bot. If you have Ultimate Attack, you could just use that to waste him. And if not, then that's perfectly okay, because then you have things like this that you can do, where you just go straight into dodge. Try to get that witch time going. Try to get vehicle attacks as much as possible, because vehicle attacks are going to be very important. And then after a while, you'll do some stun to him, and he's just kind of straightforward. The main issue with this fight in general is the fact that of him just kind of getting away from you and just running away a lot, which is very annoying, but typically he comes back down, he gets himself within distance to get hit, so honestly, it's not that bad when you think about it, but still. Sorry. Also, what's funny is, just real quick, this is just editing stuff, but when I was doing my own editing for this thing, this video editor, because when you put it in the video editor, it just has the video there, right? There's no beginning. I can't do, like, I can't move the audio tracks. I can't do any of that stuff. And I need to have, like, a few seconds to prepare, you know, before the video starts. And I used a Mr. Beast fake image that lasts, like, 3 seconds, and then it gives me the countdown I need, which is kind of funny. So hopefully that does not appear in the video. I don't think it will, but you never know. So, yeah, this fight, you know, it's Soundwave again. Now he's going to use all of his cassettes. I think this is the true final fight of him, because we've only fought him, like, what, once? Maybe twice? Did we fight him twice? I think we only fought him once. I can't remember exactly, but this should be, in theory, I think, the last true fight. And it's the same as it was last time, where you pretty much just wipe out the cassettes, and then after that, you just focus on him. The loudspeaker doesn't really work on the cassettes. It does do damage. It does knock him back. Well, I don't think it does damage, but it does knock him back enough, which is fine and dandy. But the only problem, though, is you're not going to get that stun on them. And Soundwave has a new attack, which is pretty much literally a sound wave. Well, I say new attack, but he never did it to me earlier, so it's basically new for our guide. But it's pretty much just a giant laser thing, and it's relatively simple to dodge. I've gotten hit by it a few times, of course, but because I didn't expect it to come out. but that's kind of on me. But yeah, I keep saying butt a lot, but there's again, shit. That's the thing that comes out of butt. And yeah, so pretty much the same techniques used on relatively all of the main normal Decepticon bosses is, of course, just using the loudspeaker to get that stun in there, and do your combos with vehicle attacks. It's the same thing over and over again. It's not really going to change much. The only thing that really changes is like what they can do. But other than that, like if you've beaten down one, you could beat down all of them relatively fine. Blitzwing might be the only one that might be too tough. Should just do that too, but still, even he has his faults as well. Anyway, that's it for the guide episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. And as always, take care, everybody.